Welcome to I Love Asian Dramas. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel to get notified when new videos are uploaded. The title of this Korean romance drama is Miss Hammurabi from JTBC with 16 episodes. The series starts with a mother waking up her husband and son. She urges her son to go on a blind date. In Bareun, a sharp and attractive judge reluctantly goes on numerous blind dates due to his mother's persistence. Meanwhile, Park Cha-Ohreum, a stunning and confident judge, intervenes when a fellow passenger becomes disruptive on the phone and also stops a pervert from harassing a woman. After a chaotic encounter at the train station, Bareun and Ohreum realize they were high school classmates. Doyeon, an attractive and efficient clerk, provides them with a quick orientation due to her heavy workload. Han Se-sang, a quick-tempered judge, reprimands Ohreum for the incident at the train, which gained attention online. In the meantime, young Bowang, a cute and sociable judge, has a chat with Bareun, who is curious about Judge Han. Facing financial challenges, Bareun reflects on a time when he was persuaded by his senior to become a lawyer instead of an honorable judge because of the higher pay, leading to a personal struggle. Subsequently, Ohreum arrives at the office in a short skirt and is scolded by Judge Han, prompting her to change into a more conservative outfit, leaving Judge Han perplexed by his quirky subordinate. After visiting her mother, Ohreum went to the market and spent time with her vendor friends. It was her first day serving as a judge, and she couldn't help but be moved by the testimonies in court, even shedding a few tears. On the tennis court, Bareun struggled to hit the ball, and in a moment of frustration, he ended up unintentionally hugging Ohreum and getting hit by the ball. Meanwhile, Ohreum was at her computer, looking content. Intrigued, Bareun approached her as if he had a question, only to discover that she was admiring a photo of a delicious cheesecake. Concerned for Ohreum, Bareun encouraged her to go home and took over her unfinished work. He even bought a cake, thinking she would appreciate it. Unaware, Ohreum's smile at her computer was not because of the cheesecake, but because she was watching a video clip of Bareun being hit by the tennis ball. Bowang had been quite arrogant, boasting to his colleagues that he was someone who could easily control his desires. However, Doyeon decided to test him and told him that he was just an average guy with a natural desire for women. Ohreum was hesitant to get into the elevator due to a past bad experience, but Bareun came and escorted her, easing her fears. When it came to entering the elevator, everyone hesitated as it was customary for seniors to go first. Despite this, Ohreum confidently stepped into the elevator, surprising everyone. Bringing a foldable bike to the office, Bareun was complimented by Ohreum, who found it cute. Bareun then invited Ohreum to go biking with him over the weekend, and she happily agreed. Sadly, Ohreum's coworker had a miscarriage due to overwork, prompting Ohreum to start a petition, and Bareun called for a general meeting. The presiding judge went to visit her subordinate in the hospital after a miscarriage. However, when the judge insincerely apologized to her, the husband asked him to leave because his wife needed rest. During the general meeting, Ohreum gave a great speech, but the meeting was abruptly ended due to lack of attendees. Bowang frequently visited Bareun's office because he had a crush on Doyeon, although he wouldn't admit his feelings. Ohreum was taken aback when Bareun confessed his love for her and wanted to learn about her past. Ohreum honestly shared her painful past with him and respectfully explained that she didn't feel the same way about him. Bareun apologized to Ohreum for making things awkward with his love confession, and they both agreed to move past it. Later, Bareun asked his mother why she had married his father. His mother explained that she was drawn to his father's kindness, especially his regular blood donations to those in need. She also cleared up any misunderstandings about his father's faithfulness. Concerned about Bareun's cough due to a cold, Ohreum advised him to go home and rest, but Bareun insisted on finishing his work. Eventually, Bareun accompanied Ohreum to visit Ohreum's mother. When Bareun played the guitar for her, Ohreum was deeply moved, and tears welled up in her eyes as she watched them. Doyeon ran into Bowang outside the building, and they took a moment to get some fresh air. She complimented Bowang, telling him she thought he was cute. Bowang was flattered to hear this from the beautiful lady he had a crush on. Meanwhile, Bareun's mother was experiencing intense pain, causing him to panic. When they arrived at the hospital, it was so busy that they weren't assisted immediately. In desperation, Bareun called a friend who owned the hospital and asked for help. Later, Bareun realized he felt guilty about what he had done and apologized. Fortunately, his mother's condition was not life-threatening. Finally, Bowang mustered up the courage to confess his feelings to Doyeon and asked her out on a date. Bowang excitedly told his friend Bareun that he had confessed his feelings to Doyeon and they were going on a date. Unfortunately, the date took a bad turn when Doyeon misunderstood Bowang's mention of her working in a bar, leading to a slap on Bowang's face. Bareun and Ohreum vented their work stress by loudly cursing. Ohreum playfully teased Bareun to make the same face he does when playing with kids, which she finds endearing. Secretly, Bowang left a card with a beautiful poem on Doyeon's table to make amends. Thankfully, Doyeon forgave Bowang, bringing him joy. Meanwhile, Ohreum flew to Cambodia to support kids at a charity event, but had to return to Incheon Airport due to an engine problem. An argument with the event sponsor caused Ohreum to cancel her trip, while the kids continued their journey on a different flight. Upon returning to the office, Ohreum bought chocolates for Bareun. Bowang and Doyeon were chatting at a bar. Doyeon mentioned her previous job as a bartender, and they were having a great time. The next morning, Bowang gave Doyeon chocolates, but she felt awkward, fearing it might attract attention. Ohreum helped the tipsy Bareun get home, and he expressed concern about inconveniencing her, but she assured him it was okay. Doyeon learned that Bowang had punched a coworker for gossiping about her. She advised him to ignore such negativity. The girls went out to celebrate a colleague's birthday, and Bowang and Bareun followed, worried about them. Bowang is determined to publicly show his love for Doyeon and is ready to fight for it. Bareun was concerned that Ohreum was crying, but she was simply using eye drops to combat the effects of fine dust. Ohreum faced harsh criticism in the media, and it was revealed that the person behind it was Mr. Min, Ohreum's wealthy friend. This incident caused Ohreum to lose confidence in herself. Thankfully, Bareun was there to offer her support. Bareun tried to reason with Mr. Min to stop his misconduct, but Mr. Min's arrogance made Bareun realize that there was no use in trying to persuade him. Instead, he warned Mr. Min that one day he would have to answer to the law. Feeling defeated, Ohreum decided to resign as she had lost confidence in herself. Judge Han refused to accept Ohreum's resignation and urged her to properly prepare for the case assigned to them. When Bareun invited Ohreum on a trip, they cherished the time together. Bareun then offered his resignation to Ohreum, assuring her of his unwavering support. Touched by his gesture, Ohreum was moved to tears, and they eventually became a couple. The individuals whom Ohreum had previously assisted reciprocated her kindness. Judge Han's bold expression of values left his self-centered colleagues feeling embarrassed. Several employees who had worked with Judge Sung shared their negative experiences of working with him. The head presiding judge notified Judge Sung that he would face the disciplinary committee due to his unfair treatment of his subordinates. Unfortunately, Judge Han chose to resign, as it was an organizational rule for someone to take responsibility, and he did it for the sake of his junior colleagues. There was an emotional atmosphere as the Commendable Judge Han's final hearing concluded. The series concluded with a scene where the three judges, with their shared history, were shown to have already met in the past. Thank you for watching.